Yeah?
Guess how much I paid for it.
Enjoy the new car.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Right now, lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $179 a month. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Yahavyatam. It means people of the pines. The name known among our Mariam ancestors long before we would be called the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. Today, its spirit lives on in all of us. We are stewards of the land. We act on our beliefs to build a bright future for all. This is who we are. This is who we have always been. We are the people of the pines. We are Yahavyatam of San Manuel Nation.
When you've been hurt in an accident, hiring the right attorney can mean the difference between winning $10,000 or $10 million. Call the firm that wins big. Call Sweet James.
A performance that truly matters for each and every one of us. This is what you've been waiting for. Shenyun. Greater Los Angeles, January 15th through February 8th. Get your tickets now at shenyun.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. A major cloud server trying to recover from a massive outage overnight. Several popular websites and apps experienced issues, including X and Spotify. We'll have your details.
I'm Eric Spillman. Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse hold a news conference outside the U.S. Capitol building as the House gets ready to vote on releasing the files. I'll have the latest coming up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlos Herrera. Following days of record rainfall, it triggered many rock slides and debris flows, especially in areas that have been recently burned by the fires. And as the cleanup is now underway this morning, crews are getting ready for another round of rain later this week. We're live.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. Mammoth Mountain finally ready to kick off ski season thanks to the recent storms. We'll tell you about opening weekend.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. I'm Melvin Robert. Rod Stewart stopping down at the Hollywood Bowl. The code word that you need to win your way inside coming up.
All right, good morning, everybody. After a very rainy day yesterday, things are clearing out a little bit for today, but you can still see some wraparound clouds and even some thunderstorms just outside of Lake Havasu City and heavier rain in through the Las Vegas area. Some of that energy later on this afternoon might wrap around right here into the Los Angeles area, so we're still not out of the thick of it. 60 will be the high at the beaches, 59 downtown, San Fernando Valley 62, 55 in the high desert, Inland Empire 60, Orange County Inland 61 degrees. Ginger with traffic.
Some of those areas where things are actually not so bad for your drive this morning. There is this one situation, though, and we haven't seen a lot of it because the weather has been really rough. But today, maybe tomorrow even, I feel like we could see more bikes on the road. And so we have to be careful. It's really our first motorcycle crash we've seen this morning. On the 5 North, they're putting it about Stadium Way. Right here is where 110... No, it's a 5 northbound side, Stadium Way, where they had that motorcycle crash that's in lanes. So you can tell that the drive on the 5 is busy in both directions. The 110 heading southbound side is crowded as well. We'll take you over to look at the 10 freeway, the westbound side of the 10, right here at about Walnut Grove. So you cross Rosemary Boulevard and really far in the SGV. That's where we have a serious crash that's also sitting in lanes. The tie-up here is a little bit slow, but if you have your Fast Track transponder, the sticker, that's the way to go for the stretch of the 10 freeway. You cross that 605, you want to be in those lanes, you're going to need it all the way until you get to about Alameda. We'll watch, and the rules are a little bit different here than they are in, say, the 110 freeway. We'll watch and keep track of all these things for your drive. I'll send it over to you guys.
And back to our breaking news on the outage that has impacted sites like X, Spotify, and ChatGPT for hours this morning. The issue stems from a company called Cloudflare, which protects websites from online threats and helps them to run more quickly. The company blames a configuration error for triggering the crash. They say this was not the result of an attack. Systems are slowly coming back online after a server reset, which is why you might see some apps working while others are still catching up. We'll continue to report on that throughout the morning. The U.S. House of Representatives will vote today to order the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Victims of the late convicted sex offender spoke this morning in Washington, D.C. KTLA's Eric Spillman in the newsroom with more. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Frank. This bill actually forces President Trump's Department of Justice to release the files, the Epstein files, and it is expected to pass the House overwhelmingly. It could turn out to be a unanimous vote now that the president has given his blessing to Republicans to vote in favor of it. Let's go to a live picture now of the floor of the House of Representatives. The House began its morning session an hour ago. We're not sure exactly when the vote on the measure to release the files will take place. Earlier, we heard from survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse.
This is who you're fighting for. This is who Congress is fighting for. This is who the House of Representatives are fighting for. And hopefully the Senate will fight for us too. This is a human issue. This is about children. There is no place in society for exploitation, sexual crimes, or exploitation of women in society. There's no room for it, guys. We're not having it.
It's an honor to stand here again for something America is finally united on: the immediate release of the entire Epstein files. In a divided nation, this is one demand we all share.
The women who suffered terrible pain because they were exploited by Jeffrey Epstein and his powerful friends came together outside the Capitol. They're grateful that what happened to them is finally getting serious attention from Congress. And the two co-sponsors of the measure, one a Democrat and the other a Republican, celebrated the fact that their effort to get the files released is finally paying off despite months of opposition from President Trump and Republican leaders.
You had rich and powerful men, some of the richest people in the world, who thought that they could hang out with bankers, buy off politicians, and abuse and rape America's girls with no consequence. Because survivors spoke up, because of their courage, the truth is finally going to come out.
There is hope here. We fought the president, the attorney general, the FBI director, the Speaker of the House, and the vice president to get this win.
The president did a complete U-turn on the question of releasing the government's investigative materials on Epstein. He spent weeks trying to pressure Republican lawmakers not to support it, but according to the New York Times, Trump changed his mind after hearing from members of his own party. He began to realize the measure would pass no matter what he did, and his opposition to it was making it seem like he had something to hide. So now he says he's all for it and says he will sign the legislation if it's passed by both houses of Congress.
What I just don't want Epstein to do is detract from the great success of the Republican Party. But don't talk about it too much because, honestly, I don't want to take it away from us. It's really a Democrat problem. The Democrats were Epstein's friends, all of them. And it's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax.
They're forcing a political show vote on the Epstein files. The Democrats had every one of the Epstein files in their possession for the 4 long years of the Biden administration. The Biden Department of Justice had the files the entire time.
This morning, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson attacked Democrats, but has said he will still vote in favor of releasing the files. Meanwhile, some lawmakers, including those who supported making them public from the beginning, wonder whether they will truly ever come out.
The real test will be, will the Department of Justice release the files? Or will it all remain tied up in investigations?
Democrats point out that all the debate and voting that will take place in the House today doesn't really need to happen because the president has the power to release the files on his own without an act of Congress, and they say he could do that if he wanted to. We'll send it back to you.
Eric, thank you. The Trump Justice Department is now suing California over the state law banning federal agents wearing masks. In September, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill which prohibits agents from covering their faces. It also requires them to identify their agency and show badge numbers. The Justice Department is arguing that agents identifying themselves will put their safety at risk. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he is reviewing the lawsuit. Well, we're in for a bit of a break. After days of record rainfall, crews will spend the next couple of days clearing rock slides and mud flow before another round of rain arrives later this week. KTLA's Carlos Ferreira live in Pacific Palisades with more on that. Carlos, good morning.
Hi, Jessica. Good morning. Finally, some time to prepare for what's to come, right? Finally, some clear skies here. Finally, some sunshine after what we went through several days of record rainfall, really bringing us to the wettest November since 1985 already. We still have a few weeks to go. Most of that rainfall coming just in the last 24 hours. Here are the latest numbers here. LA's coastal communities getting about half an inch of rain on top of what they got over the weekend. Some parts of the San Fernando Valley getting more than an inch and a half, others getting pretty close to that. And here over in the San Gabriel Valley, communities getting a little more than a half an inch. The National Weather Service actually saying those rates were a bit higher than predicted, with a lot of concern coming towards the recent burn areas where a flash flood warning was issued, and again sparked fears of flooding and mudslides, while on our local roads, driving was treacherous.
I have to drive all the way back to Temecula. So, and I have like 3 kids in the car. I'm a little worried.
Definitely a little dangerous when the roads are wet. Cars are going slow. You don't want to hydroplane. So definitely be more careful on the roads.
Especially dangerous in communities near the Franklin and Palisades fire burn scars, where the charred and saturated hillsides gave way to mud and debris flows. In Malibu, a rock slide along Malibu Canyon Road damaged a handful of vehicles. Officials say large boulders partially blocked lanes before crews removed them. Large boulders also reported on Cold Canyon, just south of Mulholland, and on Canaan Doom Road. Caltrans crews used plows there to get them out of the way. And this morning, officials say a 3-mile stretch of Topanga Canyon Boulevard remains closed. That's due to ongoing threat of slides there. The wet November storm also caused several trees to uproot and topple over, including this one, which landed in an apartment building in Newbury Park and forced 10 people to evacuate. This one fell on top of a car in Lake Balboa, and this other one took down wires in Northridge. Over in Van Nuys, a large tree fell on top of a van near Victory Boulevard.
And I went to the store to pick up some food, and I came back and it just messed up our car. We were gonna move the car because it always happens. Like, it's fallen like maybe 5 times already on different cars.
And with more rain on the way later this week, crews are working against the clock to clear debris basins to prevent debris and mud from flowing into communities located below the burn area. Officials say the Sierra Madre Canyon basins and Cloudcroft Basin here in Palisades had no major issues with this past storm, and crews will be closely watching it before more rain moves in here on Thursday. Thankfully, no major damage reported in the recently burned areas of Palisades and neighboring Malibu. We spoke with CHP earlier this morning. And Jessica, they say they'll be closely monitoring